Can I just start off with my recap of the Celtics game?
Yes.
All right, so this 3 and D needs to go. I mean, seriously. At this point, they're way too analytics driven and just living and dying by the analytics. I mean, at the end of that game, we cut it down to a 1-point deficit, right? We needed 2 points to take the lead. They got 3 stops in a row, and 2 of their shot selections were 3 points. I mean, I feel like at that point, it's common sense. At least go for the 2-point bucket instead of taking 2 threes and missing. So I just think they're way too focused on the analytics, and they have one formula that they'll always stick by. It's 3 and D, and that's got to change. And the other thing is that starting lineup was horrendous. I don't care if they were trying to shake things up. There shouldn't be a starting lineup where Ron Harper and Jordan Walsh are out there in a game 7 of a winner go home game. Whoever's idea that was, they need to go to. So that's what I got to say about that. And I mean, if it was up to me, I would have Brown out there. I'd have Pritchard out there. I'd throw White in the same lineup. I don't care. And then I don't know, put Garza or whatever. I don't know. That it was a calamity, and that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Like my background has, it was kind of a brick fest, especially towards the end. I mean, I think Jaylen Brown made the right read on that pass. I mean, everyone showed like Keita wide open down the lane, but you never know. Like from that angle, it looks like he was open, but Maxey could have stuck his hand out there and blocked that. I mean, Pritchard is like he's your best 3-point shooter right now. Like Derek White's been struggling. I'm not upset with that pass. I just think the whole game, like the whole series, honestly, the second half of the series, you're shooting poorly from 3. I don't understand why he didn't work it in the middle more.
Yeah, you got to break the formula. You can't just say, if they fall, they fall. If they don't, we'll lose. That's not a championship winning team.
Mr. Timberwolf, what do you have to say?
Again, I don't think that brand of basketball is what got us our last championship. I think, sure, of course, we shoot very well, and this is a 3-point shooting league. Like no matter how much you want to acknowledge that we suck at shooting, that's kind of the brand of basketball that is been basically reinvented since Steph Curry came into the league. That's kind of unfortunately the way basketball is played nowadays. If you don't like it, I don't know, you're not a big fan of basketball, but at the same time, this is not how we should be playing. That's not Celtics basketball. You're talking about forcing those threes late. I think, yeah, that was probably not our best idea, is to just keep forcing threes. But Jaylen Brown made an unbelievable play toward the end of the game where he drove. He saw Keita had inside positioning on Embiid, and instead of forcing it to where people could have collapsed and blocked it or something actually could have gone awry, he found Pritchard in the corner. And again, one of our best 3-point shooters. He's been that dude for us all year long. It was the right play. He made the great pass. Pritchard just missed a good look. Like it happens. That's basketball. You miss more than you make. Unfortunately, the Celtics just aren't playing how we think that they should be playing. But I think Joe Mazzulla has been the greatest coach in this league. If I had a vote for who would be coach of the year, I think Joe Mazzulla would easily be coach of the year. Now, that being said, I think he did a pretty poor job. I'm not going to say piss poor, but I think it was definitely a poor job that he did in managing minutes and whatnot. I think you touched on some of the bench players getting into the game and not necessarily performing how you'd want them to. When, I mean, again, they didn't play like all year, but I think they showed a lot of grit and they showed a lot of heart, and they played their balls off. Like that's what you want from those second guys, from that second group of guys. Ron Harper showing up. Unfortunately, guys like that didn't play that much in the year. They got scrap minutes and they didn't play good competition. So guys like Baylor Sharman show up and he doesn't know how to make a shot. He went the entire game without scoring a point. So it's kind of tough because Missoula's put in a position where your best player came into the playoffs playing only 12 games off an Achilles injury. He's clearly playing the entire series I'm not going to say overcompensating, but he's trying to rely on a little bit of a he's trying to rely on his other Achilles, and that's what ended up messing up his other calf. You know, you favor one dominant leg over the other, you're gonna have problems. So I think there was just so much trouble going into that series, especially again, nobody really. You asked all the players, they didn't really plan for Joel Embiid to come back. That wasn't their game plan. They weren't like, oh, well, we're preparing for Joel Embiid to come back. They were just playing. Like
Well,
you saw interviews, and they're like, well, yeah, if he comes back, we'll be prepared. But again, that's not our whole entire game plan isn't based on Joel Embiid.
I think Missoula expected Embiid to come back. I don't think he expected him to play like 2023 Embiid. And then with the thing regarding like the bench players, I feel like this whole season has been an opportunity to like play those guys. This whole season is just so weird. Like no one thought that we'd be like the favorite to win the Eastern Conference a week ago. Like this was kind of a year to like get some young guys and like also like we're the Celtics, we're still going to compete. Like Boston doesn't really rebuild, so still get those guys to compete. But throwing them in the fire though in a game 7 when like yeah, obviously Ron Harper I think is a great player, but I don't
He
think
just
you
didn't
can
get
throw.
enough minutes during the year. Like
Yeah,
I don't think he was ready for that.
yeah, you
Yeah, he
can't
was
just
not
throw him.
ready to start a game,
He
especially
had
in a game.
he had 4 minutes. He averaged 4 minutes for the entire season.
Yeah.
You're gonna expect him to just like ball out. I mean, he had some great plays, but again,
And then
just not enough.
the thing with the Missoula 3 ball game, you see like there's teams like the Thunder. The Thunder are kind of like what the Celtics did in our championship run, like very three reliant, but they actually have guys who on the inside who can make plays. Like Kada is, I think Kada is going to be really good,
I think
but
he's a backup.
he doesn't have that offensive ceiling that say
Yeah.
like check and post you up, check and hit threes. He's like Porzingis when we had Porzingis. If we had Porzingis
Yeah.
again healthy, we don't
Yeah.
struggle with the Sixers.
I agree. I think center is a huge position of need for the Celtics. They got it. They got to get a good dominant center, and then I think that'll really elevate them. But
Like even
another
if you
thing I
look
want to
back,
say.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
No, keep
go ahead.
going. Keep going.
I was going to switch gears so you can
All right.
respond to that.
The one thing that I've heard a lot of people say, and especially on social media, they want Time Lord back. They want Robert Williams back. And I wouldn't say he has quite the offensive bag that, you would hope for in like a modern day center, but he played tremendous like defense, great hustle, got the rebounds that again, he was the body that you needed for rebounds, and he was the defensive stud that you needed on the other end of the floor. Now, you look at even a guy like Daniel Tice, who we had. You don't need a guy who can shoot threes at the 5. We are surrounded by shooters. Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, Sam Hauser, even Garza can shoot. Shireman can shoot. All of these players can shoot. We need athleticism. We need to get to the basket. We were so good at that at one point in this tenure, and we need to just honestly find our way back to that.
But even having Al Horford was such a huge asset for us. Like I feel like we had him this year. Like
He's
the
a
way he
generational
plays,
kind of player. He's a generational because you look back
he
and
he grinds it out.
he went toe to toe with Giannis, and he was like almost like 40 years old, like, and he was shooting threes, playing good defense, but like rebounding. He's different. I'm mad we
I
got
think
rid of him. I
if we
think
had him, I
that's a
think
good shout.
that definitely could have helped. Helped us out if we saw it, Al, bro, for sure.
I think you're right, but again, he's getting up there. I don't know how much he could have done in that situation. I think Joel
Mhm.
Embiid still would have unfortunately backed him down and kind of just put a shoulder into him and just laid the ball up or
I
got a
just think
foul.
he's a good
You know,
example. Like he's a role model. Like he's a leader. Like if you look at what Jalen Brown's doing right now, he's going on stream after the game and he's saying, "This is my favorite year ever." With when Tatum hasn't played the whole year, they just lost, and he's going through complaining about the flop and saying this is the most fun he's ever had. It's like, what are we doing at that point? I don't think that was
I
necessary. I
did
think he's
see
got to
that.
be a little bit
Honestly,
more of a
yeah,
leader than
I
that.
thought that was a little bit obscure. I thought to see Jalen Brown streaming after and Tatum like smiling and laughing, it just seemed like they weren't on the same page about a lot of things. And yeah, to see your two superstars not quite like in tandem like that, like you want them to be, it's kind of like it kind of gets your I don't know, it either rattles your nerves or it kind of just gets you rubs you the wrong way, I guess. So yeah, I mean, seeing Jaylen Brown do that was just I was so frustrated. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And Tatum, honestly, what pissed me off worse was Tatum smiling and laughing with Joel Embiid after the game. Like, oh my gosh, this is basketball, gentlemen. This isn't golf.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tatum always knew like he was coming back on short notice. It wasn't. He was kind of in his head thinking, okay, this isn't this is kind of an off year. So I don't think it was the vibes are fully there this year. But
can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
You can see the box.
I know. I have to.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm just so frustrated about that loss. I kind of went on a tangent, but I think a lot of what I said has a lot of merit. I think it has a lot of like basis to it.
Yeah, we had some good analysis.
Here's also what I think. I think Joe Mazzulla thought that I don't know if I don't want to say he wasn't taking the series serious enough, but he was definitely using this as like a baseline to see, I guess, how these players would play in the playoffs. Again, like Pritchard 33 minutes, Derek White 35 minutes, Keita, Hauser getting a lot more minutes, Voos, all of the coming off a trade in the latter half of the season. Just a lot of like new and kind of moving pieces that haven't been established. And
you know what? Yeah, I actually forgot about that trade.
Vucevic. I think
because we had who did we have?
Send him into the sun. Like
send Vucevic into the sun. That dude that was pretty nasty.
Anthony Simons. I don't know if that would have. I don't know if that would have been. Again, we're looking at like past players. I don't think that they would have made that much of a difference. Again, our best players were not playing to their fullest.
Well, Vooch fits the Celtics like style because he can stretch, he can shoot. But when you're just an absolute cone on defense,
I just don't know. I literally don't think that he helps at all, especially because we have a guy like Jason Tatum who is just better in all aspects, and he plays the 4 for us. Like Jason Tatum's he's not bringing the ball up, and he's 6'10", he's rebounding and he's shooting the lights out. We don't need Nikola Vucevic, who's like again 30-something, 36-something years old, just making terrible plays on defense, not helping whatsoever on offense, like hitting the side of the backboard on all these 3-point attempts. It's just like, Vucevic, you're gone. Like if I'm Brad Stevens, I'm sending Vucevic to whatever Providence.
Get ready to learn Chinese.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we did get him in the middle of the season. I know Mazzulla could work defense with him, but I also think you can't just trade Anthony Simons and get a DNP for like you get a player who doesn't play in a game 7. I mean, the center market at the middle of the season wasn't like insane. I know a player I really wanted to get was Claxton from the Nets, but I don't think they wanted to make a trade because he can actually play defense. He's like
I remember hearing you talk about that. I liked that idea. I mean, Zubac doesn't really fit the whole Celtics stuff, but he kind of struggled on defense for the earlier part of this year. But I think that he has enough beef that he can withstand. I think we understand like what this team is capable of if we get the right role players involved. Like again, we have talent. We have the two Jays. I'm sorry. We have Derek White. Again, I don't know what we want to do with Derek White. I think that might be a toss-up right there. But we have talent in shooting. We need a big man, and we need, I think, maybe a backup. I don't know if we want to start Pritchard or if we want to have him as our sixth man again. But I want to look at like maybe like a Kobe White in the offseason. I want to look at like a center that we could use. I think Claxton, I guess, is a shout. I haven't been thinking too much about what centers we could acquire, but
I know what we have to do. White. I like it.
You're gonna say like Nick Richards or something.
Nope, I know what we have to do, and you're not gonna like it. If this team really wants to win a championship, like immediately next year,
what is it?
Trade Jaylen Brown for Giannis.
I heard. Why do I?
You think they would just do a 1-for-1?
Maybe not.
There's no way they would just do a 1-for-1.
Probably have to throw like Hauser or our next like probably this year and maybe next year's first round pick. But I mean, I don't see why the Bucks wouldn't do that. You saw how Jaylen Brown was in the regular season. Like he was averaging 30.
I would do it.
think-
Yeah, I would do.
I
I
wonder if they would do that. I really do, because I've seen that like circulating through social media, and they're
Should
talking
100%.
about just how like Jaylen Brown is like he's available. That's like a
It's
big
the
thing,
best.
especially in basketball. That's like one of the best traits you could have.
If the Bucks like do, I mean, if they want to go into a full rebuild, no, like you go trade with the Blazers, you get the picks that you gave up for the Damian Lillard trade.
Yeah.
You get like Scoot or Shaden Sharp. But if you want to like, I don't know, if you want to see what Jaylen Brown can do and maybe build around him, I mean, you got Miles. I don't know, but I do definitely think the Celtics like that. They could definitely do that.
So
yeah, I would like that because
real-
that limits the threes also. Because like, dude, we can't just do only threes. Like, if we have Giannis, bro, he's gonna
If
be
you have
in there.
Giannis, if you have
He's gonna
Giannis,
compliment Tatum nice.
you're the
Yeah.
clear
Yeah.
favorite in the East. Just like
Yeah.
that literally solves everything. Like defensive wise, he's a good passer too. He can like the pick and rolls with him and Tatum. Like you're not stopping that. If they get Giannis, they're winning a championship. Maybe not a championship. They'll be close though. Just the West is.
I think though, yeah.
But they have Giannis, and it's a game changer. I mean, a lineup with Tatum, assuming you don't have to give up like Derek White or Pritchard in that trade, you have Giannis, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Hauser, and dude, you could even run lineups with Keita at the 5 or another center and Giannis at the 4. And like,
Yeah, if you want to go big ball, you could do that.
Because they ran Giannis at the 4 and Miles Turner and Brook Lopez at the 5 when he was playing on the Bucks. So I don't know.
That would be cinema too when we play the Bucks and it's like Brown versus Tatum.
Yeah,
And we
I
just
don't
wipe
think
them
I
with
don't think
Giannis,
we
though.
would. I don't think we would play the Bucks. There's a lot of that I could.
Oh,
say
just at
about
some
that.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think. I mean, yeah. There's some point to that.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want it to happen. I also don't think it'll happen because even if you have Jaylen Brown like on your team, yeah, you're like a contender, but Celtics would have to give up like another one of their great shooters. Like I don't think they would just do Brown and Hauser. They'd probably have to do White or Pritchard. If it was White or Pritchard, we wouldn't have to give any draft picks.
I would keep Hauser and do Derek after that series.
I still think Derek White's a really good player. I think he just.
I know it's recency bias, but I would keep Hauser. I think Hauser is just a better shooter when he's when Sam Hauser's open, he's drilling his threes. Derek White seems like he has a little bit of Jaylen Brown in him where he kind of forces some threes.
He took 16 threes in game 7.
I think he was in game 6. He was 21% from 3. So yeah, it's not ideal. But again, every player, if you watch basketball, every player at some point in their career has gone through a slump. So.
All right, well, let's actually switch gears.
Real quick, I want to talk about center. I just looked up real quick, like possible centers that are available, and I want to hear what you guys think. Al Horford, Brook Lopez, Kevon Looney, and Clint Capella.
Oh, no.
You could go Jackson Hayes.
Jackson Hayes.
I like the idea of a body like Clint Capella, great defender and great rebounder. I think that's actually really good. I don't think we're gonna make a move for anybody, but if I were to get a big body in the paint, I just don't think Kate is cutting it. I don't think he's cutting it.
Give me Miles Bridges.
If you think Kate is not cutting it, wait till you see Capella. Capella is very slow.
Do you want to compare stats between Neemias Keita and Clint Capella?
Oh yeah, Keita. I think you just need.
You think Keita is a better?
Have
yeah. I guess you're right. Keita's a backup. You're right.
he's like what Robert Williams was when we had Horford at center and like Tice. He'll come off the bench and he's a good player. You don't
I
even
think
need
he's
to
a
like
player.
you can have what we were doing. What we were doing earlier is we had Vooch and Keita like playing the same amount of minutes per game. They're different styled players. Vooch is the more offensive big, Keita is the more defensive big, but he also can roll to the basket and get rebounds. So
I just think yeah, Voos is just we should have got him when he was averaging 18 and 10 instead of 8 and 8.
I don't know. I think if we kept him, I think Missoula could do some magic on him.
I mean, he's
He
35
also,
years old.
yeah, he's also played for the Bulls, and the Bulls like the past few years they've just been.
I mean, yeah, well, that's kind of like my idea behind Vucevic is he's played on some pretty bad teams, and I don't think he was. I mean, I guess he was serviceable for sure. He was a threat at
Am
one
I
point.
glitching for you guys? No. Am I like slow?
A tiny bit. I have an idea for a
No.
clip we can do. I'm gonna be like, all right, like best comment gets featured on the next video. This time we're picking this comment, and then we just put someone's comment up, and then we do our picks. Then a bunch of people just start commenting. Engagement farm.
Well, this is what you
I
should
think
do.
that is a
Or
good.
do this right now. If you say if you disagree with what we're saying, then comment and we can, or someone give a crazy take. Just throw it out there. It could be fucking, I don't know, Leandro Barbosa, greatest NBA player.
It could be the Timberwolves are winning the entire championship.
No. I mean,
No.
honestly, the NBA is so weird. The NBA, like, I was gonna take the Spurs and like the spread was at 13.5. Then out of nowhere, they're like, "Oh yeah, Ant's gonna play today." After the whole week, they're like, "Yeah, games 3 and 4, he might be available." Like, I bet so many people got fucked now.
Yeah, if we're being realistic, it's just the Thunder going to win again. I mean, maybe the Spurs
Yeah.
give them a run for their money, but I really don't think so. I think the Thunder are just going to win again.
The only series, it's just the East. The East is interesting. It's definitely gonna be Thunder Spurs probably, unless Ant can. Like if Ant is playing like pre-injury Ant, then I think the series can go 6. If not, I don't know. They don't have enough firepower, in my opinion. Rudy Gobert is going to have a defensive masterclass. He did it against Jokic, but
Can you
Jokic,
go to the NFL Perry Pick'em thing instead?
the what?
Like it's just a different bracket layout. It looks better, and you can choose which. Remember how we picked our teams?
Yeah, I can't. I don't know how to do it.
Is this you, Will?
Yeah. But down here is my real thing. I think I'm gonna be rooting for the 76ers because I fucking hate the Knicks. And they always get so excited about their
I
team.
hate that you just said that you're going to root for the 76ers, but go
I'm
ahead.
rooting for Knicks.
You're gonna root for Knicks?
I'm rooting for Knicks,
I'm
and
not,
I'm rooting for Knicks to lose to
I'm
whoever.
not rooting for an
wins the
Eastern
other one.
Conference team. If
I
I
want
had
this-
to, I guess I would go Cleveland, but
I want the Sixers just because I do like Embiid. Like he has, like they have been through a lot, and he's never made it past the
no.
semifinals. So
I'm happy that I'm glad they beat us, yada yada. They deserved it, blah blah blah. But no, I'm not rooting for them. They definitely were. They were the better team. They won. Props to them, but no, I'm not going
to get out of the East, though, I am rooting for the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know why? Because Harden. I want Harden to get
James Harden.
I want him to get his ring.
D
And once he gets his ring, I mean,
Finals MVP.
he's still first ballot Hall of Famer, but he gets his ring. It means so much.
One of
Donovan
the
Mitchell.
Here's my hot take. Greatest offensive scorer since Michael Jordan. Greatest scorer of the basketball since Michael Jordan.
Harden?
I'll probably go KD over him slightly, but
He
yeah,
was averaging 40.
I'm probably going with like Iguodala. Sure.
the death band.
Leandro Barbosa.
But yeah, I think the Pistons are really tough for the Cavs, but I think if you throw some bodies at Cade Cunningham, their offense is going to slow down a lot. I mean, Cade was averaging 30 in that series, and they still like had to go to 7. I mean, Tobias Harris, he had fucking 30 points in Game 7. I don't see that happening again. If it does, so be it. You can fucking pin me.
Not on the Cavs.
But
I don't see that happening.
The Cavs defense is not good though. Like they're not. They're not.
Not like over. I guess like they have good defenders, but maybe not as a team. I guess.
No. They I mean, you got Mobley and Allen. Game 7 they played good inside, but I don't know. I think Cade. If you throw bodies at Cade, make him have to become Superman, you have a chance. And then Donovan Mitchell has not played like I thought he would. He only averaged like 24 points that series. He needs to have like high 20s. He needs to start, his 3-ball needs to fall more. They're probably going to throw Asar on him, which is pretty tough. He's a pretty lanky guy. But he knows how to defend well. He can block shots at a crazy clip. But I think Donovan Mitchell, you get him in the pick and roll. I think he can be faster than Asar. And then when it comes to the inside, you got the Twin Towers. I mean, they got Duren, but Duren to me didn't look all that impressive. I mean, he got dunked on, I think, by that is something Kane. I don't know, some role player on the Magic, but I don't know. He stepped it up in Game 7, but I think Evan Mobley and Allen are going to give him a little bit of trouble. More so Mobley, just because he's more dynamic. He can shoot threes. He actually was shooting them pretty well in the last few games of the series. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I do think Cavs, they have the more experience. I think if Donovan Mitchell plays like...
I think he will. I mean, he averaged 28 during the season. I see him probably going off.
If he plays like he did against the Celtics, they'll win in 6 or 7. But yeah, you just got to throw bodies at Cade. Get Keon Ellis in there, causing havoc. Dennis Scrotum, he's been solid. Get him going. And then the white fellas on the Cavs. The thing with the Magic is they can't shoot threes. Neither can the Pistons. So if the 3-ball's going for the Cavs, they're gonna win. Like, you got Merrill, Dean Wade, my guy. You got Strus. Strus had a really good game 7, so it'll be up there.
I thought, how much did D-Mitch score Game 7? I feel like every time I looked up, he was shooting like a
He only had 24, but he had like some poop time buckets when they were up like 18. But
he was hitting some tough threes. So
yeah, but there were some vintage D-Mitch games in the first 2 games, and they kind of got quiet. But you need some real vintage. You need a 40-ball in there. And then Harden's been good. Harden's always like great passer for them.
My bad.
All right, I kind of got to bounce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do one more thing. Let me go to DraftKings really quick.
You want to do your bets?
Yeah.
All right, I might kick it though. Actually, no. I'll stay.
Fuck, wait. Do I really have to log in to see the odds? Weege, can you pull it up really quickly? DraftKings.
Do you have the bets off the top of your head?
Yeah.
Well, I guess just wait.
I didn't really do a ton today, but I have some stuff I like. Did you pull it up, Steve?
I'm trying to. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Yo, I'm one with the brick wall, bro. Look. It's encapsulated me. I am the brick wall. All right. Let me make my screen bigger. All right. When it comes to the spread, I think the Knicks are going to win tonight. They had a lot more rest than the Sixers. I mean, 7.5 is a lot of points. If you're going to take the Sixers, though, it might as well just do the money line because.
So Monday we got
I don't know. But
Sixers,
if you go to
Knicks, and Timberwolves Spurs.
Yeah. I think Maxey has a really good game. I think his points is around 25.5. I don't see anyone on the Knicks really giving him trouble defensively. I mean, you could throw OG on him, but OG's more like he's designed to stop like Brown and Tatum, like those big guys who can go to the rack. Maxey can go to the rack, yeah, but he's just quicker. He's the fastest player on the court by far. You can throw Josh Hart at him, sure. On Brunson, he's going to cook him. And then another thing I really like, I mean, I do like Brunson points. I also, same thing. I mean, I guess you could put Grimes on him and try to have him stop him, but you can do some pick and rolls with Cat that are going to get Brunson to the rack easily. I don't think Embiid's going to be quick enough to get a hand up. I do like Embiid rebounds and assists. He's been assisting very well. He had 12 rebounds against the Celtics. I don't think the Knicks are going to miss as much as the Celtics, but I do think he'll get his rebounds. He's going to be underneath pretty much a lot. Cat is going to force him to come up because Cat does run the high pick and roll, but I still think that he's going to be under the basket a lot to get rebounds. He's going to have to against Cat. He's going to have to box him out. And then on the assist side, I do think that once he is in the paint, they might send doubles on him if he's cooking Cat, which I think it's a very possible scenario. I think he will. He's going to give him some trouble, especially Cat gets in foul trouble very quickly. And you got Edgecombe, who's been shooting well. Oubre on the in the corner that he can pass it out to. I think that's a good look. I think that was like 13 rebounds and assists for him. I mean, shit, a triple double. The thing is, though, I don't know. Like, this could be a game where they get down, the Sixers, and Nurse is just like, all right, we've only had 2 days rest. We're not gonna go super crazy for this game. Like, it's not going to be a game where I don't think Maxey's playing like 40 minutes like last game. But yeah, I definitely like those 3 picks. I actually had a parlay of both of Maxey and Brunson points and Embiid rebounds and assists. Super chalk parlay, but I really like that. Yeah, something like that. Put $20 on that, you win like close to 70. The first play pick, I think I do lean the Knicks. I'm not going to take anything on the spread. I just have some player props out. If you go to the other game though, now that Ant has been rolled in, I still do like the Spurs at 9.5. I just think that they've just had a lot of rest. So have the Timberwolves, though, kind of. But
I took Wolves spread.
You took Wolves spread. I mean, I like that too, but I don't know. Wemby is just they're gonna have trouble, and the Nuggets were a defensive mess. Jokic was just straight eats in the paint. That meme with Shannon Sharp gobbling up all the Thanksgiving food. That was Jokic. Went at him every time. You're not going to be able to do that with Wemby. Not at all. Gobert, great defender, but Wemby can just move around him. Jokic can't really do that. He had to kind of box him up. You can double Wemby, but He's gonna pass it out, and you have some snipers on the corner. You've got fucking Vassell. That guy Vassell, he's a good 3-and-D player. He's definitely like top 10, top 5 3-and-D player in the league. And then you got Champagne. I love Champagne. He's a 3-point assassin. Fox is a really good assister. But the Timberwolves do fight. They fight. Like I don't know. They're gritty. I love McDaniels. Like Naz Reid, that's my guy. He can drain some corner threes. I do like the under in this game. It is tough though, because the Spurs might put up a lot of points. Maybe like a Minnesota team total under. Actually, but now that Ant's back, I'm not sure. But I don't know. I think Wemby, you go Wemby blocks. I think that's a good play. Wemby points. I like Wemby threes because you're gonna have the Gobert's gonna have to come up and guard him. So Wemby's gonna have a lot of opportunity to shoot threes. I mean, it doesn't matter who's guarding Wemby; he's just gonna shoot over you. So his threes I like. I guess it's just so tough. I don't really like anyone on the Timberwolves to score. I do like rebounds though from Wemby. I think he gets on the glass. Now this game could just be really gritty, but it also could just become super high scoring if the Wolves are playing catch up. So I don't know. I kind of want to just say fuck it and take the Knicks and Spurs money line. Super chalk, but it's like minus 140. I think game one, I don't think those teams lose. So, but that was a lot of rambling. What do you guys think?
That was a yap fest, but
Yeah,
respect.
sorry.
Get some good picks.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. I kind of got to go, but my last question of the day. What's more important, a top 10 pick in the NFL or a top 10 pick in the NBA?
That's actually a really good one. Well, it's tough. I feel like the NBA is. I mean, both are pretty positional, like leagues. But in the NBA, I feel like you can go more best available. In the NFL, you can't really do that because, I mean, like if you have a center in the NBA who's top, he's really good. You're not going to draft a center, but then you can make trades. I guess same in I don't know. I think
it's tough because you could get a quarterback and change your entire franchise, or you could just go some kind of lineman that's going to be there for like 3 years. But in the NBA, you could also, get your franchise guy as well. So
the chance of a top 10 NFL pick being a bust is less than an NBA top 10 pick, I think. Just because, like, a lot of the players in the top 10 of NFL are just plug and play, like D linemen, where they're just big fellas. And, like, obviously they're good, but they're more just like you draft a lineman and they're there for like a while. I feel like with NBA, you kind of have to be like close to that. If you're a top 10 pick in the NBA to be successful, you either got to be like one of the best role players in the league or like close to an all-star. It's so difficult. I'd go NFL more valuable just because I feel like on an NFL team is so big that like the draft is so big. There's so many players that like a top 10 can just change your whole outlook, change your whole season, especially on defense too.
Yeah.
Like, you get a player who's a monster on the inside, it's going to change games. Most NBA teams, like to get your franchise guy, it's the top 5, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is more of like a kind of like role. Like, I don't know, like those can be role players, which is still good, but you get a top 10, you could You could get a quarterback, running back, receiver. I don't know. So,
Let us know what you think in the comments about that one.
yeah. If you think that the Lakers are going to win the finals, put it in the comments, and I will Venmo you $100 if they win. I'm dead ass serious. Maybe
All right, you heard it here first. He made that promise. So if you comment and the Lakers win it all, that's what you said, right?
yes.
And you're gonna get $100. So let's see those comments.
Yeah.
Bring them in. Bring them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or show me. I don't know if you can do comments on TikTok, but show me a bet slip of if you have them, or send me any bet slip of someone winning, and if they do, then if it's the Lakers, you'll get $200. But
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up because I have to leave. But
yeah. All right. Good sesh. Everyone, if you want to see more content, go to Alley Kings on TikTok. It's Alley_Kings with an S. Twitter is at the same thing, but with a Z at the end. And then YouTube is Alley Kings with an S, I believe. So,
yeah.
or is it?
I'm ending recording.